Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about this EBE Bandz situation. Now, EBE Bandz is a rapper from Chicago, and he gained prominence when there was a lot of drill rap going on and people making headlines about the new phenomenon of drill rap. And he stood out a lot because obviously he's Caucasian. He's a white guy, right? Well, EBE Bandz lost his life back in 2019, and it was a horrific situation. I'm talking about one of the most disturbing deaths in hip-hop or drill hip-hop that I've heard, man, for a while, man. It's hard to even classify anything as gruesome because according to what the report said, he went out pretty bad, man, to be real. Now, what's making headlines is the guy who was actually convicted with killing EBE Bandz is now on the run. And there's a lot of details to this story. So before we get to the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got all that out of the way, man, let's do this, man. Let's get to the story. But man, first I want to let you guys know, make sure you hit that like button, man. Make sure you hit the like button and share the video, man. It does good things for, anybody's YouTube channel, and I'm on this grind. Now let's get to the story, man, about this EBE Bandz situation. Now, like I said, man, EBE Bandz died in a horrific death. And what I'm going to be doing is referencing a story from the Rockford Times there in Rockford, Illinois. And they talk about this whole situation and also about the man who's wanted in his murder. Now, the dude who's wanted in his murder is a guy named William Arzate. And dude, man, I guess he just felt the pressure coming and he said, forget it, man. He was going to take his chances on the road. So let's get to the story. Now, the headline says this: Rockford man convicted of first-degree murder in rapper's death without appearing at trial. So basically, dude didn't even show up for his trial. He knew he was going to be convicted for murder, so he said, forget it, I'm going to go on the run. Now, it continues by saying a second person has been found guilty of murder in connection to a 2019 killing of William Pickering. Now, William Pickering, for those of you who don't know, is EBE Bandz. He also went by the name Billy the Kid, and it makes sense, man. Now, for those of you who don't know much about EBE Bandz, he was actually well respected in the Chicago drill circles, man. Number one, he was associated with an organization that is like 99.999% black, and he actually got a cosign. And he was highly vocal about people like Slim Jesus and other people like that. He was on Vlad's platform where he got an interview. He was on Say Cheese, I believe, and he got an interview there. So, man, he was known. He was known. So when he lost his life, it was a shock to the Chicago drill movement. Now, the story continues by saying William Arzate, 24, was found guilty Thursday of first-degree murder and concealing a homicidal death after a jury trial over the May 25th, 2019 killing of Pickering, a 23-year-old rapper. Arzate failed to appear for his trial, which was conducted in his absence. A warrant is still outstanding for his arrest. Now, I'm going to stop right there. There was a lot of speculations of why this took place. Because this was a wild situation because at first, EBE Bandz had been reported missing, and we're going to get to that in a second. And then when we found out who the alleged killers were or the alleged murderers were, man, when you seen those mugshots, it just didn't make sense because, you can't judge a book by its cover, right? Anybody could do anything. That's why you got to make sure you watch yourself and you're careful in the streets, right? But dude, or man, not even in the streets, in life, you got to be careful because these dudes did not fit the mold for what you would think, especially when you consider other drill rappers and what it's looked like, the people who have taken them out and stuff like that is look like, man, these dudes look like, I don't know, man. I don't want to classify them or whatever, but they didn't fit the prototype. I'll say that much, right? And the story continues like this, man. These are the wild details. Now, the story says Arzate was found guilty of beating Pickering, who's aka EBE Bandz, in the head with a baseball bat, transporting his body to an undisclosed wooded area and then setting it on fire. Man, what in the world? Like, what kind of situation did they have where they felt he deserved all that? But man, let me continue. Pickering, also known as EBE Bandz and Billy the Kid, was reported missing on June 1st, 2019, after Rockford police attempted a welfare check but could not locate him. So he had been reported missing. And it started a whole thing on social media where people were like, man, well, where is EBE Bandz? And it lasted for a while, actually, man, before he was discovered. You know what I mean? His vehicle was later discovered near his home in the 500 block of Fisher Avenue. An investigation eventually led detectives to Pickering's remains. Now, the story continues by saying Arzate was arrested in June 2019 and later posted a $100,000 bond after family members pooled their money for his release. According to the news release from Winnebago County State's Attorney Jay Hanley, Arzate willfully failed to appear for his trial and is wanted on an outstanding no bond bench warrant for failure to appear. He's also wanted on a prior warrant for harassment of a witness. So they're saying that he was out on a $100,000 bond, which means they probably put $10K up, right? So he was willfully walking into his court case with his attorneys and whatnot and knew that, forget it, man, I'm not going to appear for his trial. Because this was actually the trial that they carried on without him being there, and he was convicted. So we'll say this. We'll continue. Arzate was one of 4 men charged in the connection to Pickering's death. The others are Colton Kinnicker, 22, Dakota Graff, 21, and Manuel Ramirez, 22. Kinnicker is due back in court on August 25th on first-degree murder charges. Graff pleaded guilty to first-degree murder on June 17th, but has not had his sentencing hearing. Now, when you hear that, one of them already pled guilty or whatever, and the other guys were tampering or accused of threatening witnesses and stuff, you could kind of see how this is playing out, right? Now, Ramirez, this was wild. I did this in the last story I did about EBE Bandz. Ramirez pleaded guilty to concealment of a homicidal death on February 24th and received a 180-day sentence. So he got 180 days, 6 months in the county for hiding a body? Who is his lawyer? Yo, dog, what? Okay, man, never mind, man. That's wild. That's wild. Maybe he played a minor. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't have the black and whites on what happened in the court that day. But that dude, man, I don't know. 6 months for hiding a body? That's wild. That's wild. That's wild. But as of now, William Arzate, he's actually on the run. And he's been found guilty in connection of the murder. So, I mean, they're going to be looking for him actively. Now, actually, man, one of the guys, he had went on the run before, and they found him in Arizona, somewhere like Mesa, Arizona or something like that. But, man, this is a wild case to say the least. And the way that EBE Bandz went out is horrific to say the least, man. That goes to show, like I said earlier, do not judge a book by its cover. And hopefully, man, EBE Bandz, rest in peace. He gets some type of closure. His family gets some type of closure, knowing that this case is pretty much done. They just have one more person to take the trial or whatever, and another guy to get his sentence. So wild to say the least, man. Also, man, I know this is the tail end of the video. I wanted to do this earlier, but I wanted to actually give a shout out to somebody because I got their name wrong in the J.H.E. Ruger video that I did about the GD anthem. And his name is Peanut Live 215. And I called him Pee Wee, but he said, hey, man, get my name right. And I said, okay. He hit me up on social media. And I said, all right, I got you, man. And his name is Peanut Live 215. He does stuff on Instagram, and he does a lot of stuff on YouTube. You might have seen his videos. And he's really funny, man. And if you want to check out the account that hit me up, it's SHAWDYG_doe, man. Now, with that, what do you guys think about this whole EBE Bandz situation? Do you think that his family will find some type of closure now or whatnot with this court case being over and with even though the suspect's on the run? Or do you think there's going to be, man, even more stress when you can think about the fact that, yo, you got a convicted killer who's, man, obviously some type is out here on the run right now and nobody knows where he is. Now with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.